This is our study session number 10 in our course Introduction to French, that is GST 123. We are going to examine the top verbs of third group. I am Professor ADEAGBO TUNDE. Content: recognition and conjugation of the only ER verb in the third group. Conjugation of other verbs in third group. Formation of sentences with verbs of third group. The only third group of verb with ER, aller, to go. We discover that ER verbs, we said they are in first group, but aller is the only group that is in the third group. This is the only ER verbs that found itself under the third group of verbs. It has its own peculiar way of agreeing with the subject. Let us try to conjugate it. Present tense, indicative présent. Je vais, tu vas, il ou elle va, nous allons, vous allez, il or elle vont. Je vais means I go or I am going. Tu vas means you go or you are going. Elle va, il va or elle va means he or she is going or goes. Nous allons, we are going. Vous allez, you go or you are going. Ils, elles vont. They are going or they go. Formation of sentences with verb aller. Note that what we have just conjugated represents present continuous tense. And the two forms of simple present tense. This implies that je vais refers to I go, I do go, or I am going, and so on and so forth. Example of sentences with verb aller. Elle va à l'aéroport. She is going to the airport. Nous allons au marché. We are going to the market. Ils vont en classe. They are going into the classroom. Vous allez au stade. You are going to the stadium. Les élèves vont à la plage. The pupils are going to the beach. Past tense of verb aller. The auxiliary être is used to conjugate the verb aller in the past tense. This is added to the past participle passé. The participle passé is formed by just removing the R and by putting acute accent on the letter E, that is aller. Je suis allé. Why I bracket it is, if je is referring to a woman, we are going to add another E. That is why the E is put in the bracket. To aller, if to is referring to a woman, a female, that is why I put it in the bracket. You went. To aller, you went. Il est allé. That one. Il. We all know that il is man. He went. Elle est allée. She went. Nous sommes allés. We went. Vous êtes allés. You went. Ils sont allés. They went. When they refers to male alone or male and female, that is, we use il. Elles sont allées. They went. When they refers to female alone. Other verbs of third group. Generally, verbs of third group are called irregular verbs because of the level of irregularity identified in their conjugation. The higher verbs are divided into two main groups. The first group are those whose S are doubled in the plural form, while the second are those whose consonants are not doubled. This may not necessarily be letter S. We have seen a good example of double S in the conjugation of the verb of finir, the verb finir. The similarity in their conjugation helps us to place them together in one group, that is, second group of verbs. We can call this second group set of IR verbs. So the one where we double, we call them second group of, they have verb of second group, while the one that doesn't have double S, they belong to the third group. Example of second group of IR verb. Présent de l'indicatif, present tense. Tenir, to hold. Je tiens, I hold. Tu tiens. Il or elle tient. He or she is holding or holds. Tu tiens, you hold. Il or elle tient. he or she is holding or holds. Nous tenons, we hold or we are holding. Vous tenez, you hold or you are holding. Il or elle tienne. Tenir and venir below follow the same pattern. It is not always the case in this group of verbs. Let us consider some other examples. That is, tenir and venir follow the same pattern of conjugation. Sentir, to smell. Sentir, to smell or to feel. Je sens, I smell, or I'm feeling, or I am smelling. Tu sens, il or elle sent. Nous sentons, vous sentez, ils sentent, elles sentent. Le passé composé of verbs having IRN. As usual, we are obliged to use auxiliary verb in forming the past tense or to form the past tense. This could be either avoir or être, as the grammatical rule may demand. We need the participle passé of the verb we are conjugating. We shall see all this below. Sentir, to smell. J'ai senti, il ou elle a senti, vous avez senti, tu as senti, nous avons senti, il ou elle avait senti. Vêtir, to dress. J'ai vêtu, vêtu, j'ai vêtu, il ou elle a vêtu, vous avez vêtu, tu as vêtu, nous avons vêtu, vêtu, il ou elle ont vêtu. Examples of sentences with verbs of third group in past tense. J'ai senti la présence d'un ami. I felt the presence of a friend. Elle est venue le soir. She came in the evening. See the e we put at the end of venue. Elle est venue because we are referring to a woman. And the verb être, auxiliary, is used. That's why we put e there. She came in the evening. Note the e is used because venue is a verb signifying a form of movement. The e added to venue is to indicate that the subject elle is feminine. Nous avons fait le devoir. We have done the assignment. Les chiens ont senti l'odeur. The dogs smelt the odor. La fille a ouvert la porte. The girl opened the door. Les élèves ont compris la leçon. The pupils understood the lesson. Past continuous tense of ER verbs. The past continuous tense of ER verbs is not difficult to master. We just need to remove the IR at the end and the necessary suffixes. Tenir, to hold. Je tenais, I hold. The part I was holding. Je tenais, I was holding. Il ou elle tenait, he or she was holding. Vous teniez, you were holding. Tu tenais, you were holding. Nous tenions, we were holding. He or elle tenait, they were holding. Other examples of past continuous tense of IR verbs. Venir, to come. Je venais, I was coming. Tu venais, you were coming. Il ou elle venait. Nous venions, vous veniez. He or elle venait. Assignment of the week. Write and conjugate the following ER verbs in the third group and indicative présent. The following ER verb in the write and conjugate the only ER verb in the third group. Indicative présent, passé composé, l'imparfait. Choose and conjugate two verbs of third group. Indicative présent, passé composé, l'imparfait. Form 5 sentences with verbs of third group. Indicative présent, passé composé, l'imparfait. Thank you very much. Good luck.